Hello and welcome. My name is Tanya Rookes and I am currently a student enrolled in the Vancouver Community College Provincial Instructor Diploma Program, course number 3260, Professional Practice. This is assignment number 5, Feedback Strategies Digital Project. I chose to explore a feedback strategy known as chain notes. It is a classroom assessment technique that can be referenced on pages 322 to 326 of Classroom Assessment Techniques, a handbook for college teachers by Angelo and Cross. Chain notes requires index cards to be handed out prior to the activity to each student. The instructor poses one question regarding any aspect on the instructor or instructional effectiveness that is written on a large envelope. The envelope is then passed around to each student during regular classroom instruction. Once the envelope reaches the student has 1 minute to write down a response on an index card. Then they will drop the index card into the envelope to pass along to their classmates. The activity should occur during a regular instruction that is not heavily engaging to allow for undivided participation. The purpose of chain notes is to elicit a very limited amount of written feedback from each student. The feedback gathered will occur at random given moments during instruction on instructor and instructional effectiveness. This method can be used to gather feedback from each student on what exactly he or she noticed about the teaching and learning occurring at the given moment the envelope arrived in their possession during the classroom session. This type of feedback will give the instructor a clear view of the student's level of engagement and involvement that is being currently impacted by the instruction and or instructional effectiveness. The objective of chain notes is to encourage self-reflection for a moment, asking the critical questions: is the instruction and or instructional activities effective? And what is the student receiving and or feeling? This self-reflection will allow for an objective view on the instructor's effectiveness and how it is affecting the student's learning. The pros and cons of chain notes. The pros. The chain notes technique can elicit feedback from every member of the class. It encourages students to be reflective, evaluative, and active observers, and requires that they monitor what they are taking in. The responses tend to be very spontaneous and honest because of the spontaneity of the classroom assessment technique itself and the guarantee of anonymity. The reactions are more concrete and specific than those written at the end of a session. The technique generates a collage of snapshots of the class dynamic. It helps the instructor spot positive and negative trends in the classroom. This early warning device can help teachers build on the former and ameliorate the later. Cons of chain notes. The act of writing the note can distract the student from whatever is going on in the class at that moment. Some students resent being asked to divide their attention. By their very nature, chain notes are episodic and fragmentary, and so they may be difficult to interpret. Some students, particularly those in small classrooms, may hesitate to respond honestly for fear that the teacher will recognize their handwriting. Other students may focus on fixed variables, qualities of the classroom environment, or the teacher that cannot be changed. In summary, remember that the parts of a chain note don't necessarily sum up any coherent whole. And do not base major changes in a course or in your teaching on the reactions in one chain note. While this is a good exploratory technique, it is not a valid confirmatory one. Follow up on ideas suggested by the technique by using other, more focused, less hurried assessment techniques. And always ensure your students are well aware and fully understand that the gathering of feedback will remain anonymous.